My name is Jacob Chamness, and for the past 4.5 years, and specifically over the summer of 2019, I've been working at Grand Avo Crane Service and Terry's Transportation. Now, my official title is dispatcher. However, my responsibilities vary vastly based upon the day. There are some days where I'm out in the field, setting up counterweights, outriggers, and rigging for one of our Grove all-terrain cranes. There are some days where I'm stuck in the office, taking phone calls and generating 3D crane lift plans to simulate picks. There are some days where I'm outside, practicing for the CCO and CDL tests. There are some days where I'm in the shop, learning the intricacies of our equipment. But every day, though, I'm preparing for that one day when I become the owner. These businesses have been with my family for over 50 years now. My grandfather founded a towing company, which later expanded into cranes and tractor trailers. While my father has since disbanded the towing division, our operations still revolve around emergency-based service, which makes establishing a firm schedule impossible and being a dispatcher that much harder. I never worked on one single project, but rather a plethora of contrasting construction activities. I transported crane mats designed for mud to an architectural firm so that the 110-ton can set glass panes in downtown Kalamazoo. I strapped down and even transported, under the supervision of a licensed driver and with my permit, of course, air handling units, steel, and factory equipment. I also helped set numerous modular homes across Southwest Michigan and Northwest Indiana. However, of all these mini escapades, the one I'm most proud of is setting bridge beams on Highway 196. This had to occur at night because these beams were more than 90,000 pounds each, and our 275-ton crane with 169,700 pounds of counterweight had to sit on the highway and within 40 feet when swinging. We started on one side of the highway one night, then finished the other side 2 weeks later. The operator, the oilers, and I combated a computer that wouldn't extend the boom and a rusted-over solenoid, but ultimately succeeded in the end. I chose twice to work the night shift after spending the whole day in the office. 20 hours straight on the job. Those were long days, let me tell you, but important days, because it made me realize this isn't just about a paycheck. This is about a passion. Ever since I was 16, I used a program called 3D Crane Lift Plan software to print out documents calculating lift aspects such as load capacity, rigging capacity, and outrigger mat pressure, and to create stop-motion animated videos to simulate picks. My first week, and arguably my greatest achievement this summer, was attending the class at Fernandina Beach, Florida, and obtaining my expert certification in the program. My new expertise and certification became essential when Grand Avo Crane was contracted to do work at Abbott Labs in Sturgis during their shutdown. I generated over a dozen lift plans and 5 videos that the Abbott Labs administrators and the other contractors used to determine how the 4 cranes being brought in would be apportioned. Unfortunately, due to stringent privacy reasons on the part of Abbott Labs, I'm not allowed to show any of my work. I do, on the other hand, have other documents and videos that I can show. There's one I generated for a pick at Hampton Hall a few weeks ago. Keep in mind, most of what you're about to see I managed to create in under 2, sometimes even 1 hour. Imagine how much more intricate they would be after the 50 hours I spent on Abbott Labs. Of all the lessons I've learned from my father, 2 stand out. The first is that if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're forgotten. If you don't believe that statement is true, you're probably not going to make it very far in this industry, let me tell you. The second one, and in this case, the more important of the two, is to always watch and to always listen. because even the seemingly most dumb person on the face of the earth may have some useful knowledge for you. I watch how the crane operators and oilers do their jobs, the way they drive, the way they work the controls, the way they unload and offload counterweight, the way they rig a load, the way they behave around customers. I watch my peers here on campus, how they react to change, how they approach a homework problem, what they choose to value. I listen to my father's advice, my coworkers' comments, and my friends' suggestions, even if I don't agree with them. I am a firm believer that even the smallest of gestures, the most fleeting of moments, even the use of one word over another, can mean multitudes. My ultimate goal, however, is to determine who I'm going to be. I'm still trying to figure that one out. At any given moment, I have to be a manager, a head of safety, an engineer, a designer, an operator, an oiler, a driver, a mechanic, an owner. I recognize what a daunting challenge it's going to be. But I also recognize I'm not going to be alone. I'll have my younger brother by my side the whole time. I'll have my coworkers and soon-to-be employees to back me up. And I'll have my family supporting me every step of the way. The future looks bright. This is Jacob Chamness of Grand Dayville Crane Service and Terry's Transportation, and thank you for giving me a few moments of your time.